Come here, you.
Dude, every single handshake.
It's so crispy.
I just miss it.
I miss us. Welcome back.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a minute.
How you been?
For everyone else, it's been at least it's been a week.
Probably at least 2 days.
We missed a full week of videoing because your boy was sick.
Danny was sick.
So-
He's having a hard time. He's on that note. He's still feeling a little bit shitty right
Still
now.
feeling
So
a bit shitty
I have a
now.
little fucking present for Danny. So this is gonna pep him up a little bit.
Here we go.
I had a gift from my amazing clients and friends, Laurie and Penny.
Yeah.
I thought, what a time to crack it than in a fucking vid, which means they need to watch this. So these will be
Exactly.
our third and fourth viewers. Mm-hmm. All right, so this might... Talk amongst yourselves.
This is lovely, isn't
Ready?
it? Look at the service on this, dude.
Have a little
This
sniff.
is great. Oh, that's good.
Fucking, let's
that's
go.
good.
So this is going to turn into a whiskey tasting podcast as well.
So Walker, you're probably not going to get as much chest out of this one, maybe. We might.
No, we'll get more
you know what?
chest.
I think our chest skills are going to get better.
You didn't have to drive, do you?
Not that I know of.
We could probably get through a couple of them.
Jesus Christ.
That is very big.
Dude, what the fuck is
That is very big. So anyway, we got Glenn Fittich, Orchid Experiment.
Which I was actually really keen to try.
Is he keen to try?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Let's have a little sniff.
Well,
What are you getting there?
just fucking happiness at this
You're
point.
getting orchids. It smells very experimental.
I don't know, man, but I'm happy.
10 out of 10 would smash.
It's a little smoky. It's nice.
Anyway,
Here we are.
let's go.
What a nice little present, thanks, man.
No worries, man.
It's good.
We'll get you through. Do
Welcome
you want to start? Do you want to start?
Let's do this. Welcome to the Split Shift Pod
We are back again.
with a new episode.
What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about the victor versus the victim mindset today.
Oh, hold up. I got a viral intro.
A viral intro.
A viral intro, so we
Okay.
can put this at the start of the reel or some shit.
Okay. Am I following you?
Do you want to lose fat or change your life? Then stop playing the victim. That'll go viral.
Nice.
That'll go viral. Anyway, let's go.
I feel like I was just in the backseat for that one. Dude, I don't
This is good.
Wow.
We're gonna go the route of that first ever wine episode where we got super pissed.
Super pit. Well, I'm going to get fucking blind on this.
You got a fucking big popper. Cheers, bro.
So, welcome to the new episode. We are. We're going to talk about the victor versus victim mindset. So,
Absolutely.
why is this such a good topic? Jimbo.
Well, we're going to talk about the shit first.
That's
so
exactly it.
victim mindset, you may have heard of like fixed mindset, all that sort of shit.
Growth mindset.
Growth mindset,
what
so
do
the
these
opposite.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, so the victim mindset or even fixed mindset, bringing it together, where the majority of people end up sitting, again, relating back to, say, belief systems, that sort of stuff, conditioning from past, bullshit beliefs, all that sort of thing. Victim mindset, everyone's been there, really. It's all about, it's everyone else's fault, It's not me, it's just my upbringing, it's my genetics, it's whatever.
My job,
Too
late
tired.
hours, kids,
All that sort of shit. It's always somebody else's fault. And the problem with that is if it's always someone else's fault, you never have the power to be able to change your shit by yourself. Because you're not in control.
Exactly.
Or you believe that.
Yeah, it's
you know?
definitely a belief on thinking that you have minimal control.
Massively.
And it is quite literally what we wanted to get at today is that we want you guys to recognize is that at the end of the day, it is more so just a perspective. It is a perspective on your mindset. It's a perspective on pretty much how you approach life, because it does go beyond the gym. It passes your fitness and health goals. Kind of applies to everything, and realize you have actually a lot more control than you think, rather than just think of that. It's just like the world's out to get you, which is actually a really common one. The world's out to get me.
Yeah.
All this shit going on, which is like, yeah, you know what? The reality is that yes, that some things can be quite unfortunate, absolutely. But it's about our perspective and what we decide to, like the control of our thinking to make us to think, what are we going to do about this?
100%. It's a lot easier to play the victim. It's a lot easier to be like, oh, I can't do it. It's not me. It's my work. It's my colleagues. It's my same deal genetics. It's, whatever. It's somebody else. Somebody else is in control of my shit.
100%.
And the issue is, like I said before, if somebody else is in control of your shit, you can't change it. So a couple of examples could be, I didn't get my walks in today because, I was just smashed at work. The kids are crazy. I just didn't have time,
Didn't have time.
Didn't have time,
That's
Didn't have time.
The classic.
Literally. But it's somebody else's fault. Yep. And the issue is that'll go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until you decide to take the control back and sort that out, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit later. Do you have any examples of the old victim mindset, brother?
Man, it can go from like exactly what you said, like, I don't have time is such a common one that you hear. And that literally applies to, I guess their perspective and priority on, whatever situation they're in. Common ones is that, my family, my friends and family came over and they cracked open a bottle of wine.
Yes.
How
Sorry, that was hard.
That
was fucking hard. He's actually not wearing pants under this, so that wasn't his leg.
It's like a Zoom meeting. It's like we're in a Zoom meeting right
Literally.
now. Literally. Business off the top.
What do you think? Yeah, legit.
It's cold as well. What?
No, that was a fucking solid slap. That wasn't. It's not looking cold.
Yeah, it's like
It's looking warm in here.
It's fucking. Dude, now it's getting warm. So, yeah, something like that. I'm like, they bust out the bottle of wine and I just had a few too many that night. Couldn't help it.
Couldn't help it.
I went out to dinner and something around that one. I'm sure there is. Went out to dinner. Same thing. Something like I just drank more alcohol. That one,
There were no good options, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Where it's instead of being like, oh, actually, no, we're not going to talk about that yet. We're going to talk about that later.
Damn.
We're going to find out later.
We're going to keep breadcrumbing.
Because you're going to keep watching what we can shift that to. Exactly. But that will relate back to even, say, that fixed mindset, which kind of relates to what we're talking about with the belief systems the other week, or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever. Having that fixed mindset where, everything is just the way it is and you can't control that. So the world is the way it is. People are the way they are. I just am the way I am and I can't control it, nor can I change it. And that's similar to victim mindset. But yeah, that's around that fixed mindset. People find themselves in that fixed mindset, pretty much live their whole life in that sort of, this is how I am. This is the only way I can be. This is how I was brought up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it limits how far you can go because if you don't believe if you don't believe you're going to get there, as you guys know, you will definitely not get there.
Not get there. It's not going to happen.
True?
And then 100%. And then
True?
Too true.
How true?
Very true. That's
So
3
true.
for 3 right now. Fuck, that's good. So with this too is that the result of that, staying in this victim mindset is the inability to be able to learn and the inability to be able to embrace the learning mindset, which is another part, goes on to the next thing, which is, going to be part 2. We keep breadcrumbing you, but it's going to be on further building on the growth mindset, things along with that. But at the end of the day is that you will pretty much lose any sort of ability to be able to learn from a certain experience. Because at the end of the day, you are human. You're going to make mistakes. Shit does happen. Shit is just bad luck and it just will fall on your lap. You're like, wow, this is unfortunate. Like sometimes. And, where victim mindset, it is, like we said, it is more of like a, a fixed perspective. I'm just like, this is just how it is, rather than when we just want to think bigger and say, okay, what can we actually learn from this? So it takes that ability away from you, that control away from you.
Massively. And learning obviously takes away the ability to learn, but also takes away the want to learn, the interest in learning anything at all, because you already know everything. You've already tried everything. You've done X, Y, Z, all of it's failed. You've seen the personal trainer, it didn't work. You've tried the diets, it didn't work. You've fucking done all the things, none of them have worked. You know everything, nobody can teach you anything.
Yep.
So how the fuck are you meant to actually change or progress?
And chances are, it probably won't happen. It just won't happen at all because you haven't.
Can't happen.
It just can't happen. You haven't put yourself in that situation to be able to want to learn. Such a good point.
Ooh, it's getting better.
It's getting good, eh?
It's getting good.
Shoulders dropped hard, man. Well, so leading on with this is that we have a bit of an acronym. We're going to share one point of the acronym, and this is where we like to think of we want you to you either play below or above the line. So this is known as or versus the bed.
Love bed.
We love the bed.
No, we don't.
We don't want a bed.
We don't love the bed.
What is or versus the bed? So this is an acronym. Think of it like an or as like you're rowing forward is what's known as ownership, accountability, and responsibility. This is the victor's mindset. But you ain't gonna know about this yet. We'll talk about it later.
Soon. We'll talk about it later.
Next episode.
Don't worry.
This is playing above the line. Where we're, let's just say hypothetically, this is where we're at right now. We're playing below the line, which is the bed. Blame, excuse, and denial.
Absolutely.
And the three key, I guess, traits of a victim mindset is this blame, excuse, denial. Think about it. You blame someone. My mate, he fed me a couple drinks and we end up getting blind. What's the excuse? Had a really late shift. Like kids drove me up the wall. Didn't go to the gym. Could have woke up this morning, but I was really tired. Denial. What's a denial one? Classic one.
Denial.
Just denial. Just
Fucking, I don't know.
you know what I mean?
Depends what example we're in. If it was like, we're going for a walk or whatever, I wanted to get my walk in that day, bringing it back to obviously blame, same deal, deny it's not my fault, all that sort of shit. But I think if you can sort of sum up your thought process and how you speak and self-talk, not just to yourself, but to others around, let's say you have a coach and the coach says, oh, did you achieve X, Y, Z this week, what you said you were going to do? And you say, oh, no, I didn't because, the kids were going crazy, or I didn't because, I went out to lunch with my friends, or I didn't because, it was raining and I couldn't go for a walk. Mm-hmm. Does that fall into those BED categories, the blame, excuses, or denial? And when you can start noticing that and start realizing, okay, cool, that was in the bed or below the line. Once you start noticing that, you can start auditing your own thought, auditing your own thought process, auditing your own how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others. When you can start auditing that as it's happening, you catch yourself out and change it to what we're about to talk about next.
The thing about it is like everyone has been here before. I've definitely been there. I'm sure you would have.
Dude, at least weekly.
All the time. All the time. It is very part of human nature to fall below the line. But what we wanted to get out of this, at least for this episode, is to recognize the key, I guess, red flags in a way where you're like, yeah, this is where you're going to be playing below, where it's probably not going to serve your overall vision of your goal, like, what you want to achieve and stuff like that, like a learning mind, like be able to learn, be able to build. It's probably not going to happen if you're staying below the line. So here, this episode, you're recognizing that there is a line. There is that victim mindset. And we're here to tell you that it's not genetic. It's not just a part of who you are. It is something that you have the ability to control. And it's just a matter of recognizing and just changing that perspective. At the end of the day, it is a fork in the road. And just like with all of us, myself included, we all get presented with some sort of adversity or some sort of, issue or some sort like that. And we get to choose. You will get to choose and say, do I want to go the victim route or do I want to go the victor's route? And that will present itself throughout time and time and time again throughout your whole life. Recognizing that it's there is the first step to be able to choose the appropriate direction for your goal. Yeah,
100%.
And that is the victor's mindset. So we've looked into some things on top of the victim's mindset is that fixed lens. I know we touched a little bit about that, but is there anything we want to recognize on that? What that fixed mindset mean?
Yeah, like I said before, fixed mindset, everything is the way it is. Nothing can change. I can't change. I am the way I am. It's because of my genetics. It's because of my genetics. It's because, my work's crazy. It's because X, Y, Z. I am the way I am. The world is the way the world is, and things are the way they are.
Yep.
And not being open to any other possibilities. And I think that doing just one or the other, say growth mindset or fixed mindset, isn't really realistic. And I think that the big rise in, having balanced lifestyle, having all that sort of shit, which is absolutely amazing and what we preach. But both of us, Danny and I, we preach a balance that's actually fucking real. The majority of people I've noticed find themselves in that fixed mindset and don't know it, but they think they're just running a lifestyle. They're just creating a lifestyle that's realistic for them to maintain because that's what everybody's told them. Oh, you need to be able to go out for the drinks. You need to be able to eat what you want. You shouldn't have to track your food, all that sort of stuff. That's all cool. But your results are going to be dictated by those things. So you can't be unhappy with the result of what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know? And I think a lot of people find themselves in that fixed mindset and they don't know the difference yet between creating a lifestyle that's something they want to live and can actually give them results, and also just taking the absolute piss.
It's so true. And then the results actually, you're right. Because like if it boils down to, if you're looking for a result and you're not getting a result, but you're living this balanced lifestyle, it almost can feel like it can be almost a scapegoat or something where like almost an excuse in itself.
Absolutely.
So like I'm living this balanced lifestyle, but you're not getting the result that you want. So it falls back down to, your overall like fitness and health goals. That's what we're here to, help you to see you guys change. And even though you're probably preaching the things that we want to, bring up for you guys, because, we love to drink, we love to socialize, we love to go out for dinners and stuff like that. But if it's not within a purpose of, achieving that, but also the results that you want, you're just achieving that part, what's it amount to? Nothing, really.
It's not going to happen. It's
happen.
about finding out what your values are and how badly you want X result or how badly you want Y lifestyle, and finding that middle ground that actually makes you feel good, but staying in that purely fixed mindset with the excuse of I'm creating a lifestyle that's good for me.
Yeah.
It's like, then why are you still not happy? Why are you still not achieving what you want to achieve? You got to find a real balance, and sometimes you might need a coach for that. So we've got a couple of coaches,
Here
two
we are.
PTs in a pod right here.
Two PTs in the pod.
And we're about to take you from that fixed victim mindset to that growth victor mindset
Victim mindset.
right now.
Here we go.